Hi guys, how's it going today? This is Flint Eastwood at Flint Eastwood's Armory here. Just going to go a little overview on what I got here. Materials you need to make yourself a precision reloader, but with a realistic budget. So we're going to start off with the basic here, and that's the table. So I built this table myself. I've got approximately $200 to $250 in the construction of this table. Granted, that was 4 or 5 years ago. Material prices have gone up. I got these cabinets off the internet. Don't recall what website. They have nice deep shelves in them. Good amount of storage space for what they are. I added these angle pieces in here to put a shelf in here. Have not done that yet, however. On the bottom here, I just have it's 2 sheets of 3/8 plywood put together, carriage bolts sunk in, and I have 6 casters underneath this whole thing. Allows it to just roll around real easy. I put the cabinets on top of a piece of 3/8 plywood so you can open the door freely. The doors are magnetically held shut. Also notice the piece of plywood on top to allow the doors to open freely. Now there's 3 layers of plywood here. There's a base layer, the middle layer that gives me my spacer, and the top layer here that gives me, I guess, what you'd call a form for my pull outs. So my slide outs. This one here, I always just leave my powder measure on. Slides right out, pretty easy. So what's going on here is this centerpiece here where my finger is. This piece of plywood is all one piece across this whole thing, okay? All I did was cut this bigger square out of it. And it's basically the same with the top. The top is all one piece, and I cut the smaller square out of here. The only difference being this square and this square is that I trimmed the edges of this square, both squares, so that way when you go to put them in, they slide in fairly easily because wood does expand and contract. Now for mounting things, most things come with holes. As you can see here, this has holes on it. All I did, carriage bolts, okay? They're slightly recessed in the holes there, so you don't have to worry about them catching on anything if you try to slide them in. So I have my press mounted right here, front and center. Same setup, slide out, recessed carriage bolts, slides right back in. This is, I believe, just a Lee Classic Series or Classic Series 2 maybe. Never had any issues with plywood being too weak. This is just one sheet of 3/8 plywood that supports this press. When I'm pressing on it, resizing brass and stuff, never had any issues with it being too weak. So in the center of my cabinets, I have 3 on each side, so 6 total 2x6s stood up in here. And I have it screwed here and here. I have the cabinets also screwed to the 2x6s. I use a table saw with a dado blade, and I cut the grooves in the 2x6s here on each side, and I just slid in a piece of just 3/8 plywood, and that's what I use for a shelf. Obviously you can see this is where I keep my books, my reloading manuals, magazine cutouts, just extra information that I have or could come in handy. So the whole idea behind these pull-outs, if you haven't figured it out yet, is for removing them, right? It's for flexibility. I don't want my press there anymore, that's fine. Pull it out, I'm on my powder measure there. I pull that out. Boom, slides right in. Now I want to put my press there. I can put my press there. Maybe I'll grab this slide out, something bolted on there. I'll put that over here too. Thanks for spending a couple minutes of your time with us here at Flint Eastwood's Armory. This has been a quick overview of my table. If you have any questions regarding the table or would like the design plans, please make sure you comment. I can try to forward those to you. Make sure you like and subscribe to the page. Our next video will be on reloading equipment, what you need, what you don't need, and how to keep that budget low but still get that precision results. And make sure you check out Red Creek Outdoors on Facebook and Instagram.